door 18, I hear you say. Yeah, I'm ready to show you what's behind it. So I was having to think about what to do today, and I thought I would do another one of my cards where I make the papers do all the hard work. If you have missed that video, please do head over to my channel. Essentially, it was, I think I did 3 cards on that video where I purely used the decorative papers. I did use some sentiment dies, which I'm going to use again today, and a bit of mirror card, but you don't use any toppers or anything in there. You make the papers the toppers. And I had some really good feedback, and I actually really enjoyed making it. Now, on that one, I did it with 12 by 12 papers, but not everybody buys 12 by 12 papers because they're quite large, and if you don't need them, a lot of people won't buy them. So I thought I would grab one of my 6 by 6 paper pads to show you that you can absolutely do the same with a 6 by 6. So this one is one that I picked up from the works. They have a really good range of papers. I wouldn't say massive range, but they do update them and they're really good prices. This one was priced up at £1, and I think this has actually been on my shelf for quite a few months now. I think I got this in one of my first craft hauls that I did on YouTube. They'd actually got a sale on. Nothing was marked down, but these actually rang through the till at 25p each. Safe to say I went back for some more, and they've kind of been sat on my shelf. Haven't used them a great deal, if I'm perfectly honest. In fact, I don't think this paper pad's been used at all. I picked up, I think I bought 3 of each, and there was like 3 different designs that were all 25p, but I don't think this particular one's been used at all. But I wanted to show you that you can still do the same types of cards with the 6 by 6 papers as you can the 12 by 12. You can use 8 by 8, you can use A4, A5, like whatever size, as long as those papers have the ability to be cut into whatever size you need, you can absolutely use them all. Now, the one I want to show you is the one where I used my square dies, and I have 4 because I really like that type of card. I think it's really, really pretty. I did put my dies back in the packet when I finished, so let me see what size dies I need. I think it was that one. Yeah, and then that one. So I'm going to be making a 6 by 6 card again. With this style of card, if you did miss that make your papers work for you video, I'm going to use dies because I have them. If you don't have the nestings dies, then feel free to just use a cutter and just cut them all down to the same size. It really doesn't matter. You can also use different shapes of nesting dies. So if you wanted, you could do one with circles on. You could do hearts, hexagons, anything that you've got where you've got kind of this nesting die effect. And I guess really, if you don't want to back them onto mirror card like I like to, if you want just the papers themselves, you don't even need to have the nesting dies. You can just have whatever size you want. I am going to back these on mirror. I really like that effect. And especially when you're using something like these papers from the works where these are paper and not cardstock, putting them on the mirror will actually just back them and give them a little bit more strength and support. So I've got my 2 dies that I want. And as I say, these are papers. So let's have a look what I want. So I want 2 fairly decorative, and I want 2, it's quite pretty. And I want 1, sorry, that isn't as decorative. Those two different enough, I guess. So these are my 4 floral papers. I actually think I really liked those two. So I'm going to grab one of these. And then I'm going to take out one of these. Those are my two little square papers. And then, I know whether to go for something like that, you know, to contrast it. Or the big dots. I like the big dots. Let's go for the big dots. So I'll take those out. And I think based on the colours, we've got this nice, like, I guess almost like a mocha brown. And we've got these pinks. I think I'm going to go for a gold mirror on this one. So I'm going to pop my pad to one side. I'm then going to grab 2 sheets of the gold mirror because these are the largest sheets of gold mirror I've got. And I know I can only fit 2 of these larger squares in these. So we're going to start die cutting this. I'm going to go for just a rough oh heck, oh I've dropped it. There we go, grabbed it. There's very little waste when I do any of my crafting because everything that comes off goes into my scrap box. And this type of card is actually perfect for those scrappy pieces. So let's say you have a piece this size and you just really don't know what to do with it. It's not big enough to do a back in. It's, unless you've got a tiny card, I guess. But, you know, you're a little bit stuck. So you chuck it in your scrap box and you think, oh, I'll use it another day. And then you never get round to it. You can just spend a day going through your scrap box, die cutting a load of these out. Even if you haven't got any use for it that specific day, you can put these away and then, I don't know, whenever you're ready to do some crafting, you can get these out and just make some cards using these little squares. And as I said on that video, I'll repeat it on this one. You can do your 4 shapes. I'll say shapes, I'm using squares, but whatever shapes you're using, you can do 4 the same pattern, 4 totally different, 2 the same, and then another 2 the same. I guess really there's no reason why you can't do 3 of one pattern and just 1 of another pattern. You can do whatever you want. It's the beauty of crafting and the beauty of this. Let's have a look. I'm going to come up this side, I think. Might go across actually. So you just make it work for you. There are some things that I like to do, like I don't quite want to sit at my desk and craft, but I do want to keep my hands busy. Sitting and die cutting a load of these out of my scraps is something that I can do because they fit through the sidekick. I can do this on the sofa in front of the telly. I can even do it in bed in front of the telly. Like I have some nights when my little boy's at school because he stops at grandparents. My partner works nights. There are some nights where it's just me and the dog, and she's getting on in years, bless her, and all she does really is sleep. So I like to have something to do so that I'm not just sat doing nothing, I guess. I'm going to put this one more over here to pinpoint out some of those flowers. So I'll run this through. This will be my 4 squares, decorative squares done. And just while I'm kind of cutting this out, if any of you guys want to see anything specific in my videos, I'm starting to make a list of videos that I can do for next year. This is my first year doing YouTube and I have absolutely loved it. I'm not a professional in any way, shape or form. And for anybody who has been following me, you'll know I'm very open and honest when things go wrong. I don't you know, edit out mistakes in my videos, because I think it's good for you guys to see how I would try and fix those mistakes. I mean, for those that are regulars, the fun I had with shaker cards, and now I've managed to fix it. Like, so anything that you guys want to see for next year, please do let me know, and I can pop it on my list. I've got some plans. A couple of videos I'm really excited about doing. Let's be honest, there'll be more craft hauls in 2024. I just can't stop spending, can I? But I am also planning on doing some more lives, and I have a video idea that I can't tell you about just yet, but I think if I can do it, it'll be really, really good. Hopefully you guys will really like it. I've already got some down on my list, so I'm going to be doing some more of the Make My Papers Work For Me videos, because I had lots of comments on that saying that actually that was really useful to see what else they can do. I also have on my list to do a video on the ribbon strips, just to show you what I do with them. It's not actually what I wanted, but it'll do the job. Yeah, the ribbon strips, fancy fold cards. I'm going to have a go at doing some fancy folds. That will definitely be a learning curve. Don't do a lot of fancy folds. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think now. Those are definitely the ones that I've seen recently from you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, what would you like to see for next year. Just a couple more to cut out. I am also going to do a video, might be very beginning of next year, I've not decided yet, on affiliate links. I've had a comment on one of my videos, and I think they're confused with what an affiliate link is. I'm not sure if they're confused over what an affiliate link is, or if they were just trying to not be kind. But yeah, it's on one of my Temu hauls, and the comment says, why would we buy from you when we can buy directly from Temu? And the only thing I can think is if they're confused over an affiliate, because I don't sell craft supplies. And I don't ask anybody to buy craft supplies from me. So I'm going to do a video on affiliate links in case people aren't sure how they work or what, you know, what they're for. But that'll probably come early next year, if I'm honest. Right, so we have all of the bits and pieces put out now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build these up. So I'm basically just going to stick one of these floral toppers onto each of these gold mirrors. I'm going to use my ATG for it because it's really quick and easy. So that one is number 1. This one. to. So that's the too much in there. Number 3. And then the last one is number 4. So I'm going to put those in the piles. I'm also going to cut out a sentiment. So I'm using the, I don't have the packet. I'm using a set of the dies from the, I don't know what I've done with the packet now. From the Craft Stash Lucky Dip bags. Might go for that one actually, because I still can't find my no, it's not that, that's Happy Birthday. I still, oh my goodness, I'm getting all in a mess here. That one, no. Yes, it is. It's that one. All in a mess there. I still can't find my magnetic sheet of dies that are like this that I had from. They're all from Paper Boutique. I'm hoping that I've just accidentally put it in with my Christmas stuff, because if not, then the alternative is just, it's not bearable. Because the alternative is that I've accidentally thrown them away, and it makes me very sad. I'm gonna do the sentiment now. The only thing I will say is that because this is smaller paper, I know that there isn't going to be enough papers to cut my sentiment out with. So I'm going to have to grab another sheet of the backing paper. I mean, you can use whatever's left. You don't even have to use this. You could use a sentiment from your box if you've got like sentiments that you keep as spares or anything. You can use those. I just like these. And this just helps it all kind of tie in together. So I'm just going to cut this out. That is that bit. Sort it out in a second. And then for the outer edge, just so that it matches that, I'm going to use the Gold Marie, and I'm just using one of the scrap edges from making the squares. There we go. Just want to give this time to dry, so move those over there. And that's all fallen out. Yeah. Pop this out as well. Let's take a look at this. Now this has been cut in paper, not in card, so I'm hoping it's cut really, really nicely. Which it has. So that is our sentiment. I've just gone for Thankful for You. And I'm going to use one of my glue pens. Just want to prime it, make sure I've got glue running out of it. want to make sure there's plenty of glue on here. I'm trying to work quick because this glue can dry pretty quick on me. But because it's paper, it's very fragile. So I don't want to like try and write with it and it pull apart. So then we just line that up onto this backing. Make sure it is where it needs to be and not wonky, and then I'm going to pop this over there. Just going to use a paper pad. For some reason I've got some 6x6 on this side and they're perfect just to add a little bit of weight. So now I'm going to build up my card base. So let me grab my 6x6. Fold this in half and let's see how this paper fits. So the pad is a 6x6, my card blank is supposed to be 6x6, but they're always too big, which is absolutely fine. I'm going to grab my ATG and get this paper stuck down. There we go. Because there's a bit of weight, I am just going to add some extra ATG tape on here, though to be fair, it's very, very sticky. I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to line it up. Here we go. Better close that actually before I forget. And then I'm just going to trim around the edge. To be fair, there isn't much to trim off. So that is our card base. And then what you now need to do is you need to decide two things. You need to decide, one, how you want them to sit, and two, do you want this to be a flat card or a layered card, with like as in put some decoupage and layer it up. I always like to go for some decoupage. I like a bit of 3D on my cards. I also like them to be in opposite corners. As I say, you do it however you want. I'm going to start off by putting some 3D foam tape on them. So I am still just using these thin strips. Piece over there, come in handy another day. So one. Two, and again put the little piece over there. It'll come in for like my sentiments or something. Three. That's three. Last one. there's number 4. So that's those all with the 3D foam strips. So looking like that, that and that. That one over here. Now, I'm going to stand up for the next part because I want to be able to get these in line with each other, and the easiest way is to look at this from above. One thing that I do also like to do is I like to add some glue to the back of my foam strips to give me a bit of play, and it will just allow me to kind of move these squares into where I think they look right. Now you can obviously use, if you've got them, like rulers, guides, anything like that. I don't really have anything that can help me, so I'm just going to have to play it by eye. So that is that one. I'm going to come down for this one next. So what I want to do is I want to try and go for a similar sort of spacing. So I think I'm going to go for that one there. This one's going to come in over here. Oh, my wet glue's got a blockage. Try using this one, it's better. And then this one, it's going to come in roughly there, I think. There we go. There we go. I like that. I like the colours on this. I think that's the glue that's got a blockage now. I don't know why. So that is that part of the card. Then I'm going to pick up my sentiment, which will now be stuck nicely. And I'm going to pop a little bit of decoupage on here as well. So I'm going to use some of these little strips here that I've got. Going nicely there. That one can go in there. Put one across there. Take off this, and again, just to help make sure that this all sticks, pop a little bit of wet glue on these. You don't have to, you can stick it flat. Sometimes I stick this down flat onto those so that there isn't any additional height or anything, but I want to today. I'm just going to stand my card up a second and then pop that on there just like that. And that is today's card. You can absolutely go one step further. You can add in things like your gems and glitters and half pills and things, But I actually really like that effect just as it is. I think it's a beautiful card. There's no toppers whatsoever. We've turned that gorgeous decorative paper into the toppers. And I think this is really good for those papers that you kind of look at and go, that is far too busy for a background. What am I ever going to do with it? This is a perfect option for you. I hope you've enjoyed today's advent calendar. Please do continue to join us as we work our way through our last few days. I can't believe how far we are already. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. Bye for now.